Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Phuong Hoang Talk at Phuong Hoang School. I'm very happy and really glad to have you here.
Hello everyone, my name is Zain and I feel really excited to join this episode.
Hello everyone, my name is Baozhen. It's my pleasure to be here and to be a part of our first episode.
Thank you, Chan and Zan. And today is very special because this is the very first episode of our podcast that will have many episodes in the future. And this is a very meaningful and fun and a good opportunity for students at school and everywhere to practice and to learn English.
Yes, I think it is a very interesting way to learn English. That students will practice more in a real conversation, not only in school and inside a book.
That is true. What do you think, Chan?
I firmly agree because every student, they always afraid of making mistakes while they speaking English. And this program will help them to speak more freely and more comfortable.
This is actually one of the main and the biggest reason for creating this program is to give others ideas about English and to make sure that English is not just a language in the books, but it can be easy when we try to use it in daily life, communication and conversations, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So, before we start, I think it's good to have a little introduction to the podcast or to the program to show everybody what we're doing here, right? So, what do you think the program is about?
I think this podcast is a place where students can talk about the daily life, their dreams, culture, to their teacher. Also, they can express their feeling and improve their English.
That is a nice one. What do you hope for students to get out of this program?
I hope the student will become more confident and mostly want to speak English in daily life.
And what do you think, Chan?
Like Zain, I think students will speak more freely and they will feel comfortable when they speak English with others.
And as we mentioned before, English is not just about grammar.
Yeah.
I eat, she eats, he eats, right?
Yeah.
It's about we use it. For example, you order food, but you order it in English. Do you need your book to go with you wherever you go? No, but you need your language, right?
Yeah.
So, as you mentioned before, this is really a beautiful and a nice opportunity to build confidence for you first, and then for the ones that are watching, that English is somehow easy to start with and to go towards some other goals in life. Okay? So, what do you think this podcast can improve? Starting with you.
I think this podcast can help students improve their listening skills. When students listen to teacher and student regularly, they can become more confident, also more familiar with the pronunciation, grammar, and those sentence patterns, and also everyday expression.
That is actually true, because if you look at listening, when you hear a lot, for example, you hear a podcast or you hear TV shows, for example, in English, you start listening, you're hearing a lot of new words and you start asking yourself, what does this mean? What is this? And you start creating curiosity, then you start learning, right?
Yes.
What do you think? What do you both think? Anyway?
Even watching films or listening to English music also help us to improve our pronunciation, vocabs, and particularly grammar too.
That's true. What do you think, Zan?
Yeah, I agree with term, but those can help students improve their skill like listening, speaking, or else.
That is true. And do you think it's okay to make mistakes?
Of course, is absolutely okay.
Can you say it here? It's okay to make mistakes. 3, 2, 1.
It's okay to make mistakes.
Good job. So it's really fine. It's not a problem to make mistakes when speaking any language, but starting now with English. That's good. So this is, of course, not a perfect podcast, but it's really nice and beautiful. Why? Because we make it like this. So let's start with some goals. What do you think the first goal that we think we can achieve here?
I think the first goal is that to confess our thinking, feeling, or practice our English. Yes, I think that's the first goal.
That is actually very important. Yes. Just keep practicing, never stop. Just keep making mistakes again.
Yeah.
It's okay. We keep learning. What do you think, Chan?
I think the most important goal of this program is to help students build their self-confidence, speak fluently, and also like learn something like vocabs from our podcast.
That is true. And not to forget real life conversations like this.
Yeah.
Because if we, for example, I'm a foreigner, so it's like, I only speak English and you only try to speak English to me. So that will help you a lot to practice your grammar, to communicate more, and maybe you achieve your own goals, right?
Yes.
That's very nice, actually, yes. So what else do you think this podcast will help us and help everybody watching?
I think another goal to this podcast is that we will make English more interesting. Students now need more real-life conversation to improve the English, not just sit on the table with a book for many hours.
That is true. That is true. What do you think, Chan, about what he said?
I think he's correct because in many schools in Vietnam nowadays, they're always focused on academic theories and like they focus on textbooks and grammar.
That is actually, that's true. I mean, from my former experience, yes, I would think so. But I mean, our experience too.
Yeah.
It's why learning is always tied to tables and chairs. We can learn anywhere, right? We don't have tables. Yeah, we have a table here, but chairs, no. But technically, no. So we can have English anywhere, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's really nice, yes. So, I mean, that's actually wonderful. And thank you for the ideas you shared with us. And this is meaningful for us to learn, to improve more, and for everyone watching to learn and to understand that English is fine. It's not scary. It's just a language. Once you start, we jump into the sea, we start swimming, right?
Yes.
So that's actually very good. So, I mean, that's it for today. And I would like to say thank you for having me and for having you here with me. So goodbye and see you everybody next time.